Festival of Trees today on The Express with a show full of feel-good stories and holiday how-tos.
On today's show,
old vintage looks are coming back.
West Coast style, how to create that coveted holiday glow.
Sarah, I think you just need to dunk under.
The wedding bells, where to go to unwind and unplug.
Hot, then you go cold, then you go hot, then you go quiet.
Oh, look at that guy go.
Hyde Creek Hatchery, laughing and learning at the annual Salmon Fest.
This is a 4-year-old male.
I mean, it's a little gesture, but it's a huge gesture that can change somebody's life.
Spreading the warmth. It's Blanket BC's annual blanket drive.
It's like giving somebody a hug.
See that and more local expression.
Welcome to The Express, only on Shaw TV. I'm Johanna Ward at the Festival of Trees at the Four Seasons Hotel in Vancouver. This is the 25th year for this fun and festive fundraiser for the BC Children's Hospital. And I know it might only be November, but the holidays have started, and so has the cold weather. Up first, we meet a group of Good Samaritans who are doing their part to make sure that everybody stays bundled up this winter.
They're on a mission, sorting through hundreds of blankets and getting them ready for delivery.
Today we're collecting blankets and we're going to be taking them to some shelters in the east side today.
They're members of Blanket BC, a charity that collects blankets and other necessities and distributes them to homeless people across Metro Vancouver. Greg Old started the organization 6 years ago after meeting a homeless man who just needed a little warmth.
I asked him if there was anything that I could do to help, and he just said he just needed a blanket to survive the night. And it was that survive the night that made me think, wow, is that all it takes?
And so Greg and his volunteers started collecting and collecting and collecting 67 blankets that year.
To date, I can proudly say we've collected over 50,000 blankets.
But with hundreds of street homeless around the Lower Mainland and not enough emergency shelters, their job is far from over, which is why companies like Cabro Linens are chipping in too. They process 40 million pounds of laundry a year and are more than happy to help Greg's cause.
So we're always trying to help out. Wouldn't even have tried to count the numbers that there's thousands of them over the last couple of years we've donated to Greg's Blanket BC.
This year the team is going a step further, putting on a blanket drive outside Canada Line stations in Richmond and Vancouver. Volunteer Karen Sidhu says it always feels good to make a difference.
It's like giving somebody a hug, you know, and there's people that are in need that are cold, and all we can, I mean, it's a little gesture, but it's a huge gesture that can change somebody's life.
Because a little warmth goes a long way. I'm Tim Chung in Burnaby for The Express.
The website is blanketbc.org, and the 2-day blanket drive happens this weekend, November 25th and 26th, along Canada Line stations. Donate whatever you can, everything from blankets to socks, and help make a difference this winter. Okay, so winter means cold weather. Yes, it means the Festival of Trees, and it's also the time of year when salmon return to their spawning ground, meaning the Hyde Creek Rec Center in Poco throws one big party.
Oh, look at that guy go.
My favorite part is when they all come into a group and try to swim up of a waterfall together.
This is a 4-year-old male, and we know that it's a 4-year-old. In the Lower Fraser, most of the chum are age 4 when they return to spawn.
We just got here, but we saw a magic trick and did a puzzle. Getting a picture of a duck.
This is the time of year when the salmon are returning home. The Hyde Creek Watershed Society celebrates that return by having this festival. And we like to invite other environmental groups, community groups, and government groups too to exhibit. The stream keepers are here, and here's Maple Creek over here, stream keeper. Here we have a representative of a watershed and where the waters go down.
Hi, welcome to the Hyde Creek Salmon Festival.
Yeah, I'm just down here today to show the kids a little bit of the life cycle of the fish and get them to appreciate the resources that we have here and get to know how they work.
There's a lot of different activities for the children, and all the costumes are here for the children to dress up and do a performance.
I'm an owl.
Face painting activities.
What's on your face?
A salmon. I'm working on an eagle. I'm working on a native sign because my dad's native. Fishing my salmon.
I like my daughter to come down here because then she can learn on where all the fish, where everything is, and what struggles they go through, and where her food comes from.
We're building a puzzle.
One simple thing that we can do as individuals is make sure that we don't put anything down those storm drains that could be harmful to the fish and the wildlife that use those areas.
Isn't he lovely? And all the kids have been seeing these outside in the creek, and the nice thing that we're showing today is the nutritional value that these fish bring to our forested areas.
What kids can do when they come here is take part in building an aquarium with construction paper and things like that. Then they can come over and see our rainbow trout here we have on display and talk a little bit about those.
Because they often see the fish when they're eating it, or my husband and my son like to fish in the ocean. So I wanted him to see the other part about how they lay their eggs. And the other thing is that it's right in our neighborhood. We come to the community center all the time, we go swimming, we play soccer here, and none of the kids knew that the hatchery was right here.
My favorite part about today was getting to see all the cool things that fish do.
I thought it was a good opportunity for them to learn about a really important natural resource, salmon, and it's a great event for families, an opportunity for them to learn and see firsthand what happens in the environment and how it's everybody's job to take care of it.
I really enjoy seeing all the different community groups come together in this one place and share information, and it's very enjoyable to see that the whole family can come here for the event, and there's something for everybody, all ages.
The website is hydecreek.org, and if you donate $20, $50, even $100, they'll engrave a fish with your name on it to be mounted permanently on the wall of the Hyde Creek Education Center and Hatchery. You're watching The Express, and we have more from the Festival of Trees, a Timmy's Telethon update, and these stories coming up.
A trick to put on lashes, I know it's pretty simple, but
West Coast style. A how-to for long lashes, luscious lips, and more holiday looks. The Wedding Bells. They trade up the slopes for the saunas in Whistler. You're watching local TV on The Express.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by...
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.